Hi, Joe Mitchell here, activateyourgreatness.com, and I want to welcome you to be with me this evening as we talk about something that's very important because we have we have a couple of things that are really part of my scope of things. And I call it the three M's: mission, mindset, massive action. And it's laid out in my book, of course, The Art of Joyful Achieving. I love showing everybody my book. And it's a book where you can get 2 free chapters on my site at activateyourgreatness.com, or you can buy it on Amazon as well. But the important thing is you first create your mission. You set your target, you decide what you want to do, and then you create the mindset to get there joyously, with fun, with power, not straining and stressing. You create the right mindset, and then you take massive action. Well, today we're going to talk about that third piece, which is massive action. And because I really feel that tapping is sort of an amazing tool for making things happen, I'm going to show you how to use tapping to help yourself take that massive action. So let's look at the visual, okay? So we'll start with me here and that there. Take consistent, meaningful action. So the first thing is, what do we mean by meaningful action? So meaningful action is something that gets you closer to your goal, that gets you there, that makes a difference. And so one of the things that I'm going to ask you to do is at the start, and making this a habit really is going to be like a difference maker in your life if you can do this, is at the beginning of every day, look to see what are the most important things that you're going after, your important goals, and what are the meaningful actions that you can take towards those goals. Now, as you can see, the title of this is Take Meaningful Action in Baby Steps. So that's what we're going to talk about today, is breaking it down. So here's the deal. You want to break down your important tasks into small baby steps, because your mind can get all bent out of shape. Your mind can even get bent out of shape about baby steps, believe it or not. But what we want to do is we want to make sure that we make progress, because the progress is the thing. As we continue to make progress and continue to make progress, then it opens up a whole new world as we make meaningful progress towards our most important goals. So the key here is to take small steps and schedule them. So you have to be a little more disciplined about defining where you're going, defining the steps to get there, and putting it on the schedule. And then, of course, you can see here, the other thing is you can take regular short action breaks. Is that cool or what? So this might be something like you want to read my book, okay? So what you do is you say, okay, well, I'm going to read this book for 5 minutes. Like right after dinner, I'm going to finish dinner, and then I'm going to sit down with this book for 5 minutes and read it. And then you do your 5 minutes. And then you can take a break, but reward yourself, thank yourself, say, yes, I did it, 5 minutes on this book. And if you do that on a consistent basis, if you make that a habit, then man, you are unstoppable. You will be unstoppable. Now, how does tapping come into this? Because I really want you to get how powerful tapping can be. So let's say that you find yourself resisting reading the book. I don't know if I want to read this book. I just don't know if I even for 5 minutes. So what do? You tap on the resistance. My friends, you can work miracles by tapping on the resistance. So what do you do? Now you know I have this tapping sequence here where I tap here and I tap here, and then under the nose, under the lip, and here. Top of the head. I think that's 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, 6. 6 points. Okay? And it might seem strange, but if you tap like this and focus on your resistance, I don't want to read this book. I don't want to read, and feel it. Feel it in your body, feel it in your mind, feel it in your thoughts, feel it in your emotions. I don't want to read this book. I don't want to read this book. I don't want to read this book. And then a lot of times, after about a minute or two, I then say, maybe I could read this book. Maybe I could read it. 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 Maybe reading it would be magic, would be amazing. Maybe I could read it. And you do that for 2 minutes. And I guarantee you that you're going to look at this book in a whole different way. You're going to say, you know what? I'm going to give this 5 minutes, or I'm going to give this 2 minutes, but I'm going to read it. And the resistance lowers. So here's my this is like a homework assignment. It's a lot, okay? But what you need to do is to define your important tasks, break them down into baby steps, and then schedule the baby steps. If there's resistance, tap. Simple formula, but it will work miracles, and you will become either a high achiever or a higher achiever than you've ever been as you apply this. And I'm here to be your cheerleader, to root you on. Go for it, go for it, go for it. Get those small tasks done, break them down, make it happen. Thanks so much for listening. This is Joe Mitchell. Listen, I give complimentary tapping sessions. Okay? I mean, I will work with you for 20 minutes. And you will learn how to tap. I mean, seriously, in 20 minutes, you can learn how to tap. A lot of my clients and a lot of my friends who I've taught tapping and who I've done tapping with don't always tap on regular, but you can. You can do it. It makes such a difference. Anyway, you can feel my enthusiasm about it, and that's what I'm hoping will inspire you to do something that will motivate you to be your very best self, because that's what you're here for. You're here to be your best self. All right, and we need you to be your best self. So thanks for being here. Thanks for listening to me, and keep going for it. Talk to you soon.